Okay, we always talk about becoming. It doesn't matter what you are going through as a worship minister. When you climb on the altar, you become. You become that instrument, available instrument um, that God is ready to use. You become that instrument. So sometimes maybe the issues of life. Sometimes maybe yeah, on Sunday morning, you have had a fight. As a worship minister, maybe you have had a fight with your spouse. But when you come to church, you have to become an instrument to be used by God. Or maybe the landlord locked your house in the morning. He told you on Sunday morning, Sunday morning. And you are the one who is leading worship in church. Sunday morning. Yeah, the landlord has done his own thing. You know what landlord do, and they wait for you. You're a man of God, a worshiper, great worshiper. When you sing, people move, and you know what, the devil knows when to strike. So early morning, you have not paid rent, the landlord is on your door, 6 a.m. He locks the door, and you are the one going to lead worship on Sunday. What do you do? That is why you need mental intelligence, so that your emotions, you have this thing we call emotional intelligence. You know how to control your emotions. Your emotions don't become a barrier to worship. You need this mental intelligence of where you are able to control all the issues of your life, that they don't become a barrier. These are the things that happen. Those are the issues of life. Those are the traps that the enemy set for us. Like most worship ministers have had them. You can just in the morning you just wake up very well, but in the morning you just find you are getting some offenses even in the house with your spouses or your roommates or anybody. Somebody is just trying to offend you. They just do a small thing and it pisses you off. So as a worshiper, what do you do? Because you cannot climb that altar when you are offended, when you are wounded. It doesn't matter the type of wound. When we are talking about wound, most of the time we always refer to church wounds. But it is maybe in marriage. Maybe you are having issues in your marriage and you are a worshiper. How do you handle that? How do you make sure that those issues in your marriage don't become a problem to your worship ministry? Because you cannot climb that altar if you are offended, if you are bitter, or if you are unforgiving. It doesn't matter. This thing happened, and that is why God gave us forgiveness. So we must, that daily prayer, that Lord's Prayer, forgive us as we forgive. That is something that it is supposed to be a daily thing. It is supposed to be an hourly thing. It is supposed to be an automatic thing. Sometimes when you are getting offended as a worshiper, you should just be asking God, how do I? So that is why we are saying, as a worship minister, you need to know how to handle your emotions. You need to know how to handle your issues. You need to know how to handle, so that you stay offense free, and also you stay quickly forgiving, merciful, and also you stay relaxed to serve God. And this cannot happen if you don't have this information, what we are calling mental intelligence. If you have not gone through that course, you will not be able to control those emotions. Most of the time, you'll find some ministers, they cry. They are crying on the altar because of the challenges they are going through. It's not that they are worshiping God. The bitterness, the pain that it is in them, the pain that is in them is making them to cry. They cry, you think they are worshiping. Please, many times I want you to look, when you are crying, why are you crying? Is it the cry of bitterness? Are you crying when you're worshiping? When you are worshiping and you are crying, I want you to bring, the mental intelligence brings you back. And you find maybe you are crying because of your problems. You're not crying because you're worshiping God. You have just remembered how the landlord locked your house in the morning, how the challenges you don't, how you people are laughing at you, how the challenges of life are taking, how you are overwhelmed, and you are crying on the altar, and you are lying to us that you are worshiping. That is not worship. That is that is a mental situation. So we have a lot of mental situations on the altar right now through worshippers. Yeah, because worshippers don't have mental intelligence, so they are going up there, they are crying the moment they remember their problem and they start crying. They start crying. No, we want, when you are crying, you are crying because of the goodness of God. No, you are crying because of the goodness of God. Those tears are tears of joy, not tears of pain. We don't want tears of pain on the altar. We want tears of joy, because God moves on the wings of joy to touch people. Worship does not happen where there is no joy, So please let us join Global Worship Team Training so that we can take you through intelligence class, mental intelligence class for worship ministers. 1st July to 9th August. Or you can get the notes. Just go on my link on my bio and click on that link and say, I want mentor. I want mentor class. I don't know if this is a tear of joy or tear of pain. Please, worship minister, stop these tears of pain.